Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
First set of outtakes for PHN. Okay.
I don't do outtakes. They get what they get.
Yes. We were having technical issues. Welcome to the PHN. Well, hello, and welcome to the PHN Woman Cave. This is the Ben Hook and Neil's podcast, episode 226. It's Monday, September 26, 2016, and it is our normal recording time as we are recording. We want to welcome all new and well, why don't we just say who we are? I'm a little discombobulated because we sat here looking at a black screen for about 15 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was up with that.
Yeah. So, I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
Okay, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the PHN Woman Cave. If you're new viewers, welcome. We hope you find something that you like and that you will stay with us. If you are returning viewers, yay, we're glad to have you back with us. And if you are in the shadows, new or returning, please feel free to come out of the shadows and join us officially so that you can be eligible for all the prizes and giveaways and things like that we have on the podcast. We do have a new member to welcome officially.
Yay.
Yay. It's M. Cherry Blossoms, and I do not know the name because I couldn't find it, but we welcome her anyway.
And it's a slight it's a short podcast period this time period.
Right. We podcasted about 5 days ago as opposed to our normal 7 days. So, excuse me. In my PHN Tortoise versus, well, it's not PHN, it's actually the Tortoise versus the hare, which is actually crocheting Hoovian. My Tortoise versus the hare, although I drink left-handed, so you can listen to the hare.
Which is as it should be.
There's my Tortoise.
And I am...
Chai tea.
You have chai tea.
Yes.
I am drinking out of my Stages of Nightwing. Stages of Dick Grayson mug.
Yes.
Him as Robin, him as Nightwing, and I'm assuming this is him as Batman. And I am drinking... I haven't had this yet. So this is Relaxing Spa Blend Herbal Tea by Plum Deluxe. This is one of their samples that I get with my tea club.
There we go.
So I'll let you know how that tastes.
Okay. All right.
It smells very lemony.
Let's get right into it then. We have some promotions. We are at the tail end of all the alongs. We are, excuse me. That smells good. That's good.
It's very lemony.
It is. It's very lemony. As PJ Matilda, who is Pam from the, I think she's Little Owls.
Little Owls, something like that.
Podcast always says we are keeping it real. As you see it is as you get it. So, we are at the tail end of several alongs. The July, August, and September craft along that Kenneth is doing in his group, the Turbo Knitter. It's just the Turbo Knitter, right?
Turbo Knitter 64.
But that's him. But his podcast.
Oh, yeah, just Turbo Knitter.
It's the Turbo Knitter group.
Podcast
group. His along is ending at the end of the month. Anything red or pink, anything, any kind of crafts whatsoever, he's accepting. Yarn and beads and
just check his rules.
Just check his rules, and it's going till the end of September, so you still have time to just kind of slide in.
I can't believe September's almost done.
I know. The charity along, which is in B Wing's Comforting Crafts group, and B Wing is, of course, why did I draw a blank, right? Brittany. Of course, Brittany.
You forgot Brittany's name?
You know, I could see her face in front of me, but I just couldn't pull the name out of my vault in my head. Brittany, she is B-Wing, and she is having the Comforting Crafts, except for Brittany's name, apparently.
I said it was an empty vault.
And I said, except for Brittany's name, apparently, because I couldn't pull it out of there.
I was going to say that there was nothing in there at all, but...
Well, there's stuff in there, all right. Anyway, if I can get through this for your along, Brittany, it's not me who's doing this, it's her. She's doing a charity along in her Comforting Crafts group, and she is really interested in anything that you can donate to her group to go out to people in need. It will be things like hats and of any size, male or female, scarves and cowls, baby blankets, mittens, and dishcloths. And that is going on till the 11th of October, I believe. And the rules are all in her group. She will have a $6 or less Ravelry downloadable pattern that she will be offering. And Brittany, if you get enough people, contact me. If you get enough people and you want another pattern donated, I will donate a pattern of $6 or less as well for that. Okay? So just contact me and with the winner, and I will donate that pattern of choice, $6 or less. The Toy Along is coming up.
It is indeed.
And that is, we're going to be co-hosting with Black Horse, who is Kim from the Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn podcast, and Victorian Studio, who is Maureen from the Victorian Studio podcast. And both of them are doing this for the second year. And we are really looking forward to doing this again with them because they're a lot of fun. Please be a member of their groups. If you're not watching them, you're missing out on really good podcasts. And our prizes and our rules will be put up as we get closer to the Along. We are starting to get a few prizes in for you all, and they're nice prizes, so we're really excited about that.
It's like blood
Okay.
in my eye.
Blood.
Plug.
Oh. The Cardiac Read Along is another one that is finishing up.
Yep.
We're going to be losing 3 or 4 sticky notes, maybe even 5
it's going to be a lot of
notes.
sticky notes. They're going to be, which will be awesome. You'll finally be able to see other threads besides the sticky note
notes.
ones.
Yeah, so that's really good because all those will go away and only one will be replacing it. So that would be great. Okay, the Cardiac Read Along
is ending at the end of September.
Yes, this is the last week that we will be talking about it because next week will be October something, 2nd, 1st, I don't know. October. I can't see my calendar from here. Anyway,
that would require effort on my part.
It is an October podcast, so we will be doing the prize drawing on that, but we won't be talking about the Cardiac Read Along.
It'll be October 3rd.
October 3rd. We have a wonderful co-host for this as well, Melissa, who is the Spicy Homemaker from the Spicy Homemaker podcast, and she is awesome. And she had a pop-up thread for September. That was her last pop-up thread, I believe, unless she decides to change her mind. So I'm not sure who won that one, but she's been a great co-host with us. We really enjoyed having her. As you know, it's one whip per project per week. And 1 FO for whenever you finish it, and that is how you will be eligible for prizes. Let's see here.
I don't really.
Well, we have.
Oh, that's right. That was what we were going to do this week. I had forgotten.
I received in the mail from them.
Further proof that American Heart Association is really awesome.
This is my calendar. They sent us 2
calendars.
Before,
let's show what everyone sees when they're delivering this letter. This is the outside of the envelope. Mm-hmm. So one side says American Heart Association. No address to be seen, so I can do this. The other end has warning signs of heart attack and stroke on it.
Really good pictures, too.
With pictures, and this is the kind of stuff that American Heart Association sends out. So they don't just ask you for money. Like some places it seems like they ask you for money and they don't do anything to actually educate that you can see.
Right.
They are educating your mail carrier. They're educating anyone who comes in contact with this envelope.
Who can read and does read.
Yes. So
and in this
truly awesome.
In this envelope were two calendars. She took the red, I got the blue. I chose the blue because it came to me. This is what's in my calendar. All the pretty birdies, because I love birds. I don't see any owls, but all the pretty birdies.
And all these things have like heart shapes in them.
Yes.
At least on mine.
Yeah, mine too. Not as much as yours, but somewhat. And then on the inside, there's facts. You see, both of them have this stop a stroke fast. That's in the inside of the calendar. And on the bottom here is the same page is cardiac arrest versus heart attack.
And actually on each month, they have itty-bitty facts, like about nutrition and about Go Red for women, talking about women's heart health. Let's see.
They didn't show this. I think this one. Yeah, this
something about activity. American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of physical activity weekly for adults and 60 minutes a day for kids.
There's my little heart picture.
So it gives you information each month. Oh, June 1st and June 7th is National CPR and AED Awareness Week. So
this is a very, very worthwhile organization.
They actually take your money and do you see the benefit, what it uses it for.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you wonder with some of these organizations, well, where's my money going to? With the American Heart Association, you know that goes right back out into educating people and certifying nurses for being, and other health professionals for better being able to save lives.
As well as lay people.
Yes, as well as lay people. There is a normal CPR, it's basic first aid, basic CPR. They usually do CPR, not first aid. Basic CPR that they do for the average layperson who comes upon someone.
So this is part of our stash enhancement, but we wanted to show it to you. This is this is one of our charities that we like to do, so we get this.
And for the period of the cardiac ride along, any of my patterns that are bought, the proceeds go to the American Heart Association. So if you are wanting to do an indirect donation to the American Heart Association, pick up a Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern, and I will be putting those proceeds to the American Heart Association.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. We already went through the prizes for that, so we won't be doing that right now. You'll see them all next week. The tortoise versus the hare.
You're gonna make me actually say stuff, aren't you? Mm-hmm. This is Laura of Crochet and Hoovian podcast. Crochet and Hoovian Allegiance or Alliance. I'm not sure which is her
Allegiance.
Group. It is Allegiance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're reaching the end of her Cal.
Yep,
which
September
is
30th.
the tortoise versus the hare. It ends the same day as the cardiac ride-along.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, you make tortoises and hares. And if you make one of mine, either Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle, Oops the Bunny, or Timmy the
Timid Turtle.
You get extra chance for a prize.
The neat thing about this is you get 2 chances for them for finished Franciscan Gypsy Designs toy in Laura's group and in ours group. And if it's red, you get another chance in the cardiac red along if you put it in there. So you can have 5 chances for the same Oops or Biddy or Timmy if it's red.
I've been having this sudden desire to make little biddies with like red, blue, purple, or orange masks.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Biddies. We just watched the newest TMNT. We had already seen it in the theater, but my husband hadn't, so we watched it yesterday, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to make the big ones necessarily, but the little ones would be cute.
Well, the big ones, Splinter found them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that, and this has been a blast. Laura's idea was it just took off like a shot.
Yes, it did.
It was,
and I'm sorry we haven't been as active in the threads we'd like. Then September hit, and
well, I wanted to do more toys than I like, but you all know why I haven't done as much knitting and crochet. I won't belabor that point right now. And then we had the retreat in September and the Fiber Festival in September, so we've been in and out all month.
And I had various education things all throughout the month that kept my sleep schedule flip-flopping every which way.
So we had a rough late August through September.
Yeah.
it was, but we were really excited to see all the chatter, all the activity, all the enabling, all the support.
Thank you guys for keeping it alive.
Oh, you guys are awesome. All of you, from our moderators on through the whole group. You guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see here. Love you guys lots. Won't go through the prizes for that either because we already did. All right, we're going to hit our whips and FOs.
We're going to hit them?
Yes, we are. Because
That's not very nice.
we have lots of things to show and we need to move.
Okay.
You need to turn on your show notes.
I want to take a drink. Let's answer a question first. We had a question by Elva Knits Sharon.
Sharon, yes.
About the crucifixes, because we can answer privately about the reading. I brought the big cross.
These crucifixes, yes. All right. I didn't show it to you because I had put it in the other room already. This is what it looks like up close. Okay, you can see Sharon and anyone else who was interested but didn't say anything. Here's the corpus, of course, Christ. This is the Blessed Virgin Mary and Jesus. This is the Blessed Virgin Mary here, and this is St. John the Evangelist. This is St. Paul when he was converted, when he was blinded by the...
And you all know the famous Caravaggio painting
Where
where
he's knocked off the
he's
horse.
knocked off the horse.
Yes.
He's laying back. I mean, that's a famous painting. Google Caravaggio, St. Paul, and you'll find the painting.
Now I don't have my notes, so I'm not sure what all of these are.
And I
This
left my
one,
notes in the other
this
room.
one I think is Ananias, and I think that's how you say it. And Paul, when he received his sight again, Paul received his. He was still Saul up here.
Yeah.
He's Paul down around here somewhere. And then this is about the preaching, St. Paul preaching, and the sea is all his travels. This is an icon. This is Pentecost.
And then he's somewhere in the background, even though
Right.
he wasn't actually there.
And this is his martyrdom, and this is imprisonment.
Yeah,
Imprisonment and martyrdom. And this is the order that I'm involved with, the religious order that I'm involved with is the Pauline family.
So St. Paul's up there.
This is St. Paul.
And
this
then
is
all the...
Blessed Alberione, and this is all the other blesseds and venerables who are associated with our family. So that's what this is. And that's what's on here as well.
So it's probably a little more detailed than most everyone wants, but we did have a question about it.
Right, and we will answer questions on the podcast and ask you to bear with us if you're not interested.
Bear with.
Bear with. So that's what this is, Sharon. And as far as the other question you had, either PM us or whatever, I'm sure we can work with you on that. Okay?
I think we didn't go over this one. I think that's the
what one?
This is
yes, I did. That's the beheading.
Yes, beheading. And apparently there's an ancient tradition that everywhere where his head bounced, a little fountain came up. That's like a medieval tradition.
Right.
And
this little tree here is the branches. The root is the pious disciples, sister disciples. They are contemplative, and these are all the branches. There are 9 other branches of the Holy Family and the Daughters of St. Paul. Some of you might know. They're all the branches of this group. So,
So yeah, like I said, a lot more detail than you probably wanted, but
we did have a question.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Thank you for bearing with us. All right.
So, let me bring this up. The program is behaving itself this time, so that's
shouldn't
good.
say anything.
I shouldn't. I had to defrag, and I have another external drive coming in to yank off the videos that are extra off my computer.
We think it might be slowing her down.
Yeah, so that's part of the problem. Okay.
Alrighty then.
So
we have determined that we each have 6.
Yes, and I don't want to talk about that one yet, so I'm going to start with this one. It's the one I worked on the least, probably. Which bag was that? Did I put that in? I think it was in this one. Yes. I have to count up how many rows I have because I lose count with this sometimes. This is Nightcrawler. This project name. The pattern is Miss L's Basic 6-ply Sock by Miss L. And I'm using Undead yarn on the witch base and the colorway jeans and a t-shirt, self-striping.
That's pretty.
So it's gotten some work. Like I said, I need to count up to make sure I have the number of rows I think I have. Sometimes I lose count and forget if I crossed off a row or not.
I love the way Heidi does it. She has the crisp stripes, but she doesn't have any white or anything. It doesn't look harsh.
No.
Sometimes you get a self-striping and it looks really harsh. Heidi doesn't do that. She does a real good job.
Yes, she does. So I am enjoying this and the way it stripes up.
Okay. What bag is it in?
Oh, this is Knitting's My Bag. This is an old bag.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't even recognize that one.
This is one of my first Knitting's My Bag ones, I think. I just didn't use it very often because I didn't make smaller projects. And this is a nurse fabric.
Cool.
So.
Very cool.
I guess it's nurse and doctors.
Yeah.
But
medical bag.
Medical bag. But the most recognizable ones are the nurses.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Okay. And you have to answer the lady who was interested in the PHN bags.
I sent her a private message.
Okay.
It's on Etsy.
Okay.
Yeah, because she'd asked me on Etsy, not on the...
Oh, okay. All right. In my Ambrody Silver Shed USA 2X.
And like Mom said, someone would express interest in this, contact Silver Shed USA on Etsy.
Yeah, she's
the one who has the fabric and makes it.
Yeah, usually the fabrics that we ordered, she might have to make more up, but that we ordered were the blue, the red, and the gray.
Mm-hmm.
And so, anyway, this this is her 2X. It's her big one. And this is my Under the Mistletoe shawl project. And this is the Just Knit It pattern by Susan Ashcroft. I'm using 10.5, 6.5 Knit Picks, Harmony Circulars, and Yarn Bee Tender Touch yarn in the Red Ballad colorway. And I only did 2 rows on this, and I did it yesterday. Okay, but it's coming along. I need to measure to see how long it is to the tip, because it's getting pretty long.
I think you should be able to finish it off at any point now.
Pretty soon. So that's all scrunched up on the needles. It's coming along, and I think I'm going to do some kind of surface crochet, or there's some kind of knitting that you can do to fix things. I might try that on that one section, or I might do similar what you did on the twigs for the to hide that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is fun. It's almost done. I think at the very least I'll be finishing this ball, and I might start another one just to make sure I have enough to bind off. Where is it? There it is. I have this much right now.
Honestly, I think you can finish it any point now.
Well, like I said, I just want to make sure I have enough, so I'll probably finish the ball and then just bind off. That'll be fine. But I like my shawls fairly good size because I like to wrap up in them. Okay, so that goes in there. I love this back. There we go. Okay.
Alrighty, well, I'm not quite done with this row, so I have to do a different project. Okay. Well, I wasn't going to count this as a whip, but I guess I will. I had that class at Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, and it was a colorwork class.
You were going to show it, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure when I was going to show it.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm going to rip this out because it has absolutely no purpose other than class.
To practice your stitches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we did 3 different kinds of color work. We did intarsia, stranding, and
interlock?
No.
No?
Intarsia, stranding, mosaic.
Oh, cool.
And stranding is fair isle. I was called stranding instead. So the bottom one with the squares, that's intarsia.
That's pretty.
And that's usually done flat. The next row is Fair Isle.
Which one is the next one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is frequently done in the round. That was usually done for sweaters because it added that extra layer of warmth. You can see my floats behind. Although it can be done flat as well, like this. And then this one here is the mosaic.
That looks pretty. I like that.
And it's a lot. It's actually fairly easy to work the way that they taught us. So the hardest thing was reading the chart, which was not written in the traditional way, which made us all want to throw the chart out the window. Because I guess a lot of charted patterns are going for a new thing where it's not knit. What you see is what you knit, but what you basically normally with charts, the way that most people are used to doing it is on whatever pattern you have to see on there will be what you see on your knitting. But I guess a newer generation of knitters have been complaining, well, that means I have to remember that on a knit side, this is a knit stitch, and on the purl side, this is a purl stitch. That's too hard. So they're making it so that way you can't tell on the chart necessarily what it's going to look like on your paper because it's telling you exactly, they're showing you a knit stitch exactly instead of having you remember that on the wrong side it's this stitch. I prefer the old way of doing it.
That's because we learned it that way.
Well, also, it's simpler. Then I could see that my pattern matches what's on the, I can see what I can expect. So it's just a pain in the neck the other way. Anyway, there you go. And this will be ripped out. Because it's not really anything functional.
Okay, in my Stitched by Mimi bag, her large bag, I don't know if she has sizes, but it's a large bag. I love it. Is my bonfire shawl from the sock knitted shawl pattern by K.F. Jones, which I haven't worked on in a while. I actually did 3 or 4 rows on this one. Let's see here. So I made a little progress on this. Everything I'm doing is just whenever I do it. So let's get the right way around so you can see the front of it. You're going to be persnickety, aren't you? Okay, let's see. Very talented. There we go.
It's garter, so.
Well, yeah, but it's got the ridges in it.
Yeah.
So that's really pretty.
Oh, that's right. This is the K, not the other one.
So I really like this, the way this is showing up. It's taking me forever, but that's the way it's going to be. So I can knit it, and I'm happy with it. Love the way it's turning out.
And I have several people were, at least one person was interested in the bind off that I was talking about last time. That Kay does.
Yep.
You can find that on any of her patterns. I know I answered the particular person by private message, but in case anyone else was interested and didn't express an interest.
Right.
Aloud.
And this is, I'm using US 9 5.5 millimeter Chow Goose and Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the Rishi colorway, which is this one, and the Vlad, which is red. It's actually kind of a, I guess it is red.
It's red.
Alright, so that's that.
So close to finishing this round, but okay, let me try a different project next.
Why did you just show that one?
Well, because I want to finish the row.
Oh.
Paid in Full, which is Not Just Boring Boot Socks pattern by Corinne Walcher. And I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorway Perfectly Reckless. And these are for Mom.
My shirt matches your bag.
It does. So after the last podcast, I went ahead and finished my decreases for the gussets. And I am fully on the foot now.
Yay.
And it's got some work during the Fiber Festival.
Very pretty.
So just keep on knitting.
Very nice. What bag is that? Ploverbird?
Yes, this is a Ploverbird.
Ploverbird, little blue owls.
Yes. Well, the owls aren't all blue. The bags...
They all have blue in it. You know, even that one has blue in it, and that one has blue in it.
Oh, okay, I guess they do all have blue.
They all have blue in them.
They're blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die,
Okay. Let's see what's next. Did I forget my bag?
What bag?
For my cherub turtle? I did.
Do you want to get up and get it?
I'm going to have to. Excuse me.
Which turtle?
Biddy.
Oh. She's coming back around. She's not playing appropriately.
Well, I had the correct number of bags, but that's because I thought I might work on another project, and I didn't. So this one actually probably doesn't need to be here. Okay. This is in my Knitting's My Bag. Yes, I know it's Sarah, but I'm calling it my Monet bag. And this is Biddy, and I only worked a little bit on this, but I made some progress on the decreases on the shell. This is not going to be finished for the tortoise versus the hare, most likely, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm enjoying this project. I love Biddy. And I'm using a bee hook for this, so a tiny hook for this one. The yarn is...
I'll be interested in seeing how it compares to my other two hooks.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be bigger, I think, but this is... let's see. Cascade Yarns Cherub Collection Kaleidoscope DK and Knit Picks Brava Sport. So it might still be bigger than yours just because the yarn isn't that much off of yours. Just because my hook is smaller, but I have a bigger gauge. So yeah, I'm enjoying this, and that will be done when it's done. Maybe for the toy along.
Be finished when it's finished.
When it's finished. Stop. Okay, your turn.
Now I can finally talk about this one. Oopsie, it's bunny.
It's a bunny.
So, this hasn't gotten working on it for a long time. This is the Obsidian Project, and you probably have no recollection of what that is because I haven't worked on it in forever. This is the Calligraphy Cardigan by Hannah Fettig. Okay, I am pronouncing it right. I always want to call her Fatigue. And I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the colorway Obsidian. Very clever, I know. I named the pattern, the project after
Sometimes that's just what it wants to be named.
And I had started for the sweater earlier in the year.
In January.
Although it might have been started the previous January. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. No, I think it was this January. Right now, it's still a vest.
If I do it, I might just leave it a vest. That's pretty. There's one piece except for the vest, right?
It's one. Woof. Yeah, I think it is all one piece.
I love that shawl collar. I've always liked shawl colors. Ooh, very down.
I want to drink your blood.
Ooh, down.
It's not a very wide shawl collar.
No, it isn't.
Probably when it gets washed, it'll help it a little bit. So, it's a little longer than a normal vest. A little longer than a blouse.
Very pretty.
So
It's gonna be a short sweater?
no, I have one more set of increases to do, and then I have to knit to about here.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not that far along.
Okay.
I mean, I'm quite far along, but I'm not as far along as I thought I was. And then I have sleeves after that point. And button
Yay, for
bands and all that
sleeves.
jazz. And I am using US 5, so it takes a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stockinette.
Miles and miles of stockinette
Miles and miles
on
of-
small needles with black yarn.
Yes.
Yay!
I was brilliant when I chose this.
It's a pretty color, though.
It is, and I need a black sweater. Because I don't own a black sweater that I knit.
I don't own a black sweater that I knit either, but I do have a black sweater. Okay.
Well, I need to, once I finish having this black sweater, I need to go through my sweaters I don't wear anymore and
Right.
get rid of them.
Well, I need to go
that I didn't knit.
I need to do a general declutter, destash kind of thing with not just my yarn and stuff, but the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see now. I am looking at,
But you're not, getting rid of the house.
no. Mm-mm. In my Knitting's My Bag, Angel Bag Large, this is by the lovely Lois, is my Under the Sea hat from the Loom Knitting Primer, and this is a baby size Cindy loom. It has a 1/2 inch in between. And Lady Furnico Creations bulky weight yarn in the Under the Sea Oops colorway. And those of you who have been around a while might say, hey, that doesn't look like what we saw last week. And that's because I ripped it all out. Because, I made reverse progress. I was sitting in the dentist's office and I said, oh, look, Talia, I skipped a stitch. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it and tried to fix it and finally said, I'm taking it all out. But I made all this gee whiz, all this progress while I was sitting in the dentist's office waiting for her to come back. So I did get a fair amount done. But at least now I'm happy with it because I didn't like the way it looked with that mistake in it. It was not a mistake that I could say it was a design error. So it's going. I still like the way it looks. And I did change the brim because I didn't feel like my hands were hurting a little at that time and I didn't want to do the braided brim, so it's just a regular brim. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. And this yarn just is getting dizzy from getting put into something and taken out, and it's holding up really well. I'm happy about that.
Well, at least it's holding up well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, the next one that got work on it, I was hoping to have this one done, but it wasn't. I moved its bag. It's now in the Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag. And this is Bert and Ernie, which is the Impressions pattern by Agnes Kataz Karetzes, using knitted with DK Superwash Merino in the colorway Yams and Miss Babs Yazawetta Skin in the colorway Squash Blossom. This was a bad choice to work on during Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't really look at my chart. I should have just chosen something else.
Because the second one's actually better than the first one.
Oh, and they had action scenes,
Yeah.
and they're actually required looking.
Not just listening.
So,
I still think she should leave all the beads at the end of it.
I have like
It
5
makes me
more
think of
rows.
Melissa.
I have 5 more rows of chart, and then I have like 4 rows after that before bind off.
Is the chart written out also?
Yes. She generally does. I don't read the instructions. I just go off the chart. But she does have hers written out.
La 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 la. La la.
So there we go.
Okay.
So hopefully next week I'll have this done.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, my next one is in... Okay. forgot which. I think it's in here. No, it's not here. La, 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 la.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my bubblegum hat. It must be in here. Yes, it is. Okay. Didn't slide it off.
So which bag is that?
Okay, this is, you guys know what this is. Tortoise versus the hare bag. This is the large. This is by the lovely Ann Brody, Silver Shed USA. This is a special order, and she was really sweet. Here's my notions pouch. Tortoise is on one side, hare's on the other, and you guys have the opportunity to win a medium-sized bag of this kind. Not this one, but this.
Yeah. Sorry, the Notions pouch, as adorable as it is just ours.
Yes,
And
sorry,
Laura's.
and Laura's. This is how I made a little progress on this. I still have a ways to go before I hit 3 inches, but you can see how the yarn is starting to work out.
Is this your bank head?
This is my bank head. It's by Susie Gorley, US 7s, and Lady Fernicle Creations yarn, worsted weight in the Bubblegum Oops colorway. So that's, I don't know if you can see it very well here. It's definitely a variegated.
Bubblicious.
Bubblicious, yes, bubblegum.
Davina see chew Bubblicious and Bubble Yum. And
Yes. Davina used to chew a lot of gum when we were schooling. It helped her to focus. This is what the yarn actually looks like in the cake. So that's that. And I'm having fun with this. I took it out for the first time in a while. I think it was yesterday. So that's in here. This is my third. I think I've got a little bit of laddering going on in here. I don't know. I don't see right here. The connection.
No, sometimes you get that at the connection. You're fine.
Oh, okay. I guess it's just the ribbing.
Yeah.
Where the ribbing is. Okay. Well, good. No laddering here. All right. So that goes there.
Okay, so next for me, this didn't get as much work as I intended to get on it. Where did it go? If I can even find it. Oh, there it is. Things have been flipping around bags.
Mm-hmm.
In my Kiki Boo bag, teacups bag, is my Spidey Baby, which is that's the project name. The pattern name is Wide Brim Winter Hat, and I love the name of this designer. Alpacas ate my homework. All one word.
That's fun.
And the reason I chose this pattern is because it's simple. And the yarn I'm using is Desert Vista Dye Works, custom dye works in the colorways I Could Have Been a Superhero.
Is that leftover yarn?
This is leftover yarn
Yeah,
for a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I kind of plan to do for the baby hats when I make them. Finish a pair of knitted socks, make a baby hat with it. Because a lot of these are superwash.
How much yarn does a baby hat take normally?
It depends. This pattern will tell you. Let's see. This is a paid for pattern.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I would think they would take more than 20 yards or something.
Recommended, let's see, for 3 to 6 months, it's 200 to 225 yards.
Well, that's a lot of yardage for. Is it?
It's ribbed to the point.
Oh, it's ribbed. Okay.
It's got thick ribbing.
Okay.
And 0 to 3 months is 150 to 175 yards. Mm-hmm. So, and this pattern goes from 0 to 3 months all the way to adult male.
Oh, wow.
So, it's a good pattern.
What's the hat pattern?
This is the, I just said it, but let's see. Wide brim winter hat.
Oh, wide brim. Wide brim has a brim?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a rib brim?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like 4 inches.
Oh, nice.
But, this got a little bit of work done on it during the Fiber Festival. But I'm only about 1 inch long.
Yeah, maybe inch and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay. The last project I'm working on, because I didn't do that one today. The last project I'm working on is in my Eeyore bag. Yes, Eeyore. I don't care if this Winnie the Pooh and Piglet and everybody else has in my Eeyore bag. This is my, I think this is my medium size silver shell. It might be a large. I don't remember. And this is my neon sport weight baby blanket. This is crocheted, and even though I'm still on the neon green, I did make some progress. So you can see here. So there we go. That is that bright.
Yes, that is real.
They could probably put this in a dark room and see the baby. But or at least see the blanket that the baby's under. And I'm being facetious. This doesn't glow in the dark. I'm just
as far as
as I know. No, it doesn't glow. But anyway, hey, it matches my hook right now. But anyway, this is fun. I'm doing a half double crochet. It's just a very simple out of my head pattern. I'm trying half double crochet to see if my hand can handle something other than single crochet, and it seems to be doing okay. So that's really good. Let's put that in here. I have pink in here and yellow and this green and then a multicolor that looks like this, and you've seen this in a baby hat. You've seen all these in baby hats, in loom hats. So that's that.
Okay. So I just have one more.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. And this originally held my one shawl, but now
how did I get behind you? Who went first?
Forgot about this.
Oh, okay. You fibbed.
Fibbed would involve remembering.
You fibbed. You told me I fibbed when I forgot something.
Oh, you fibbed? I forgot. Oh, that nice.
Neither is
in my nurse's hat on a pale field silver shade USA bag.
That's a extra large? Is that
I
a
can't
2X
remember.
or extra large? I don't think that's a 2X.
Is my quite boringly named first colorwork hat.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah. Just first colorwork hat. I should have quite boringly named on there too. I have the picture in here somewhere. There it is. So sorry for all the noise.
No, you're not.
This is, you're not going to see it very well.
You should call it with ear flaps. Your first colorwork hat with ear flaps.
That's just terrible.
Well, it's not any worse than what you're already calling it. At least it has a little zing to it.
So, this is a Norwegian Star ear flap hat pattern by Tieni. And
what a pretty name.
I am actually making the child size because I'm using the needle size they suggested, and following my gauge that I got on the ear flap itself, I will be better off with the child size because everyone else has a big head apparently.
If it doesn't fit, you can always give it to charity.
Exactly. Would be a shame.
That's pretty.
So
that's airport hot sauce, isn't it?
This is airport hot sauce. This is Dragonfly Fibers. This is actually yarn from the Fiber Festival.
That's a stash enhancement.
Yeah. Dragonfly Fibers is a new base for them. This is Valkyrie. The red is airport hot sauce, and I'm going to be doing this bluish.
Did you pick that one up too?
Yes.
Okay.
Color, which is Titania. And
you may hear Davina come in. We told her we were podcasting, but she may have forgotten.
As you can see, it does fit.
Yes, it does. That's a good color.
The adult size that I was trying to do ended up being way too large. Whereas this fits perfectly. And then when I add the color work in there, it'll be really nice and snug.
I hope it's not going to be too tight.
I think it'll be fine. The other size fell all the way down.
Oh.
So I was like, this isn't going to work. This actually fits loosely right now. So when I do the color work. So.
What's that? Freaked out, insecure,
neurotic, and emotional.
Can anybody guess the reference?
Okay, let me put this back in the bag.
Love that movie. The more recent one. Not
Yeah, that's one of the ones where the more recent one's actually better.
Actually better, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's our whips. Do you have any FOs?
I don't.
Okay, I do, and mine actually came from the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. That most of you who have watched for the last couple of weeks knew I was going to take a dyeing class. So I did. And we got to dye, I thought we were going to dye one skein of yarn that we were going to have to choose. I had so much fun with Jenny. I met RVA Jenny, who is Lucky Jenny Knits podcast, Jenny. And she She's a pistol. I really enjoyed it. We took the class together and just had a blast. She is so talented and she is very innovative in what she does. And I learned a lot from watching her. But hi, Jenny. She put up a picture of me dying on our group thread, and she put up a picture of the two of us together, selfie type shot on Instagram if you want to see that. This is the first one I dyed. It hasn't been reskeined. None of these have been reskeined yet. This is 1,000 yards of lace mohair, and this is the first one I dyed.
It looks really orange right now, which is nice.
It reminds me of pumpkin, which is what I was going for.
Pumpkin head. Pumpkin
You
head.
can see the green in it a little bit.
It turned out really nice.
So this is mohair lace. It's really fuzzy. And
Well, that's mohair for you.
that's mohair. Class was really good. I enjoyed it immensely. Just kind of put this in without tangling things up here. I can manage that. Okay, so that's that one. The second one, I'm sorry for the pink one. The second one I did, this is a fingering weight.
I claim this one.
Oh yeah, you think you do. This is called Feet of Flames. Okay, and that's yellows and oranges, and this is all acid dyes. Okay, this is my first time acid dyes.
Do you see that these are my colors?
Doesn't mean it's yours. Anyway, there's this. And this has a funny story to it. It was sitting there. This is the one I was working on in the picture. I was working on the yellow. But anyway, I was doing something. I don't know if I was helping Jenny do something, if I was putting something away or what. I was away from my spot, and we were outside, and the wind knocked over my dyes. So this is not completely repeatable, because in this section here, which is absolutely gorgeous, I think, had all the dyes spill on it in some kind of fashion, and I just think it's beautiful the way it turned out. This one has to be reskeined because it's just all over the place. This was like working with spaghetti, but it will be reskeined, and I'm looking forward to using that. Maybe a hat. I don't know. Maybe a hat for Talia.
Pair of socks, Italian knits.
So this goes here. And I'm a lot less daunted now by acid dyes now that I've done it. The teacher did put in the interest of saving time, did do the mixing of the dyes in terms of, we took dyes out of the cups that she mixed, but she showed us how to do it. So I know how to do it now. And then this is my last one. This is a worsted weight. I think this one is fingering weight, the Feet of Flames. And I think there's 400 yards in that one. And this one's about 200 yards of worsted weight. And this is kind of this. I wanted to do one that was in my color palette. So that's this one.
And that one you're still rinsing when I came out of my class.
Yes. Because I was the last one because there were 9 of us in the class. We had 1 microwave and 2 rinsing bowls. So we had to kind of do assembly line, and I was waiting for my turn. So I enjoyed doing this a lot. All these are acid dyes. I have no idea what this is going to be. There's a little bit of white in here, but it's a learning experience, and I don't mind a little bit of white as long as it's not pronounced in terms of this was missed. If it's kind of overall, it can be a nice kind of break in the color. But that's that. And I was really happy with this. Boy, that's nice color. Showed
It
really
turned
well.
out very nice.
Showed very well. I didn't mean necessarily the yarn because that would sound really
You can
egotistical.
like it. I think my toys are cute. Why can't you like your yarn?
Yep. So those are 3 yarns that I did. Okay.
So that leads us on to Fiber Festival news.
Fiber Festival news. We are wearing our Fiber Festival shirts. We had a blast.
Oh yeah.
I want to put this where it's not going to get hurt. Okay.
Friday was incredibly hot.
It was very hot. We worked during the morning carrying tables and chairs the first couple hours, and then we really scored big time because we got to help set up Dragonfly fibers. That was awesome.
Yes, it was. We not just set up her booth,
No,
but we also
we did from the ground up.
Yeah.
we helped unload the truck. The van, put down the tarp, put up the mesh things, started hanging yarn.
And I saw a yarn that I really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 3 skeins, and I dreamt about said yarn, and you'll see that yarn later.
Mm-hmm.
But I had like reoccurring instances with this yarn where the yarn wasn't there when I got there, or the yarn only had 1 skein left and it's me and another person fighting over it, or I managed to get the yarn.
She tackled the person with that one.
I walked in and they weren't selling yarn that day.
For whatever reason. They're at a fiber festival and not selling yarn.
So I had like these recurring dreams about this skein of yarn.
And they're awesome people over there, but we'll
Yes.
get to why about that later. Before we do the yarn that we bought there, I want to show you the first purchase I made if I can find the bag. Let's see here. If I can find, well, I may have to wait because it's in here somewhere. Did I put it in here? Yes, I did. Okay. This is the first. You guys, I meant to bring it with me, but my sweater, my green and purple sweater, I've worn several times. The thing with that was one of Shannon Mullet Bowlesby's sweaters, and I love it, but I had to change the yarn to get the proper gauge. And honestly, fingering weight with nylon was not. Don't show it yet. Was not the best thing to work that sweater in because it's heavy and it keeps slipping off my shoulder. So I'm going to make it with a button on the side, like an asymmetric sweater. So I went to the button shop.
That was not your first purchase. Your
Yes, it was.
first purchase is...
That wasn't oh, I guess it was. All right, yeah, but I don't want to show the purchase. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't purchase it. It was free.
Okay, well, still as first.
All right, okay, we'll go
If
there.
you want to be
Technical. We were helping, and this is, I want to make sure I have her card because we promised her we'd talk about it. Judy and Mark.
Yes, but Judy, because
Judy.
he kept saying her name.
The second day before we went shopping,
Yeah.
we helped another vendor set up. And this was the Hope of Glory Farm.
They were new to the Shendo Valley Fiber Festival.
That's them. And they have wonderful fiber and they have yarn.
They have their own alpacas, sheep, bunnies,
and they sell yarn. They sell
animal toys.
Animal, like stuffed toys and little puppet type things. And they sell yarn nests and just, fleeces and
They do sell a little bit of yarn.
Yeah,
and some hand spun.
They had some. I forget what she called it. I wanted to call it locks, but it's not. She said you can use it for stuffing. It was like she called it bits.
Yeah.
And awesome people, wonderful shop.
Yes.
We just don't spin, but they are awesome. She taught us how you can dye it. Just wonderful people. And it's called the Hope of Glory Farm, and they are on Etsy.
It's on the back
on Etsy. It's www.etsy.com/shop/Hope of Glory Farm. If you put down Hope of Glory Farm on Etsy, it should come up. If you can't find it, let us know. Because they are awesome.
They were really sweet.
They're very sweet. Anyway, we had helped them, and we had our Tortoise versus hare shirts on, and I said, "Oh, we were putting little puppets on their little stands,
which are really cute.
Really cute."
Someone made them for her because she doesn't knit. She crochets
and
does other things.
So she had little finger puppets, and we were putting these finger puppets on these little stands. I said, "Oh, look at the turtle, the tortoise, and the bunny." I said, "Look!" And she said, "You can have them." So she gave us these. This little tortoise versus hare. Eee! Isn't that the most adorable little thing you ever saw?
And hers is actually stuffed.
Mine's actually stuffed. So, yeah. So we got that.
Very cute.
And Talia's right. That is the first thing.
Now you can.
Now the button, this was in the dairy barn, and my sweater is green and purple, and I wanted something that would really work well with this. So she helped me go through all the buttons, and this is what she found for me. I forget what it's called, the button.
And these are vintage.
These are vintage buttons. And I don't know if you can tell. There's kind of like a centerpiece. It's like it's wrapped.
I don't think we got her card.
I'll have to check. But anyway, she does vintage buttons. She might be on Etsy. She was at Maryland, I believe.
She said she was.
Because
you bought an owl button last time.
I did. So she remembered us, and she was very generous with us. She took a lot of time to help me with this, and I really appreciated that. And I don't think I have her card here. Let's see.
Maybe look for her card. I found buttons. Now, once they're gone, they're gone. These are actually bone buttons. And these are to go with my black sweater here.
That's going to be awesome.
That's what I thought. Little roses. And I picked up more than I needed because I wanted to make sure if one came off, I could replace it. So, very awesome.
Okay. All right, now, that was our first stop because they were right across from Dragonfly Fibers. Usually we always do Dragonfly Fibers first, but we wanted to get our buttons. So we went to Dragonfly Fibers.
And I guess I should start with the dream yarn, shouldn't I?
Well, let's pull out what our Dragonfly Fibers is and put it on our lap so we don't miss anything.
Okay.
There will be a little bit of crinkling here. Let me see here.
Okay, we also got a magnet.
Yes, I have my magnet right here. Okay. Because we had to have it.
That was free.
Yes, for if you bought something.
If you bought something.
It was $1 if you didn't buy something. I think that's what she said.
My dream yarn. This is Dragon Sock, 390 yards, 4-ounce skein, 100% superwash merino, and this is her Stole Christmas colorway, STOLL Christmas.
Reminds me of the Grinch.
Yes.
Love it.
But I dreamed about this yarn. There are only 3 skeins total, which is why I think I was so nervous because I knew exactly how many there were, and I wanted to make sure I got it, and I did.
Okay.
I got the first skein, and hours later there are two skeins, but I had to make sure I got it.
I remember we put up 3 of them when we did that.
Yeah.
So, I picked up the Valkyrie base. This is Starry Night. This is what Taya did that shawl in, and I want to make a hat with this, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to be. Maybe a bank head.
And you saw the 2 Valkyries I bought that are in my hat.
So that's that one from Dragonfly Fibers.
The similar to that, because that's Starry Night. This is Dragon Sock Van Gogh Sunflowers.
That's their artist, right? What's it called?
Yeah, they have a bunch of them.
They have a book they're all the colorways are based on the artists.
And this is one of them. Just a little bit different, more yellow and a different kind of blue.
Right. Now, this one is their special for this year. It's called Vote 2016. Well, it's actually called Vote, but it was specifically for this year's voting. And this is in the damsel base. And this will probably be, what did I say, an owl?
Yeah, I think it's
going to be an owl because I want to be able to keep it because it's a special one. And this is 335 yards, so it'll be plenty for either an owl or a turtle, but most likely an owl. Because the next one, which I actually, well, let's show the kit first. I picked up a kit. This is the duotone cowl kit, and I think these are traveler based, if I remember correctly.
I think you're right. I know my kit's a traveler base.
I think they're both traveler. Yes, this is traveler, and the colorway is Kelpie and Winter Woods, and there's 245 yards. So these are kind of like short skeins. 245 yards of the wood one, and they're both 245 yards. So there's about 550 yards, or 490, I guess it is, 490 yards for this. And this is the cowl. I don't know if you can see it very well with the glare. There it is. So I picked that one up, and I love Kelpie. I have that in my this shawl.
Yeah, on the forest floor.
On the forest floor.
Which is also traveler base.
You want to show your kit before we do that?
Let me do this last stitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is my kit. Can you say definitely my colors?
Yep.
And this, I figured I was going to look at her kits because I had successfully finished in a year her last kit. So I figured I had licensed to myself to get another kit because this was her kit that I bought last year. And I love this shawl. I've been wearing it constantly since I finished it. It hasn't been blocked because I can't stop wearing it. It probably doesn't really need to be blocked.
No, it looks fine.
So this is Dragon Flames. That color, that name caught me as well. And it's a sweater that's a open sweater.
My kind of sweater. She should have got my colors and made it for me.
But I love these colors, and it's designed in these colors.
Beautiful. It actually was beautiful. They had a sample up there. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And the sample is what caught me. So,
we actually went back to our own color schemes after kind of straying last in Maryland.
yeah.
We kind of went back to our own color palettes this time.
It says rodeo. I guess rodeo is the...
Probably, yeah.
Rodeo is the red color.
That must be the main color because you had to get the extra of that one.
Yeah, so...
Because what they did was they gave her they gave her the necessary number of skeins for a small, but she needed to get an extra skein for the size that she needed because you wanted to go because her arms are so long.
Yeah. So
she had to get an extra skein and pay for that.
But these colors are very much, I mean, they're all reds, yellows, and oranges.
Well, this is that Traveler, right?
Traveler.
Yeah.
So I look forward to starting this.
Now, they surprised us.
Yes, they did.
First of all, before that, I came back and we were looking at stuff. We brought a friend back to look.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh, we owe you money." And I'm like, "Why?" And she said they had something with the taxes that it didn't clear the taxes from the last show, so they taxed us twice. So I got extra money back. They didn't have to do that. They're extremely honest. Their business, I can't say enough about them. I love Dragonfly Fibers. I honestly do. Them and Miss Babs are probably my favorite big indies. You know, I have smaller indies like Heidi and Marigold Jen and stuff like that. But the big ones, Marigold Jen, are Dragonfly Fibers and Miss Babs, because they've always been extremely honest and customer friendly and just wonderful. But we were getting ready to check out, and because we helped so much,
and this was prior to our friend joining us.
Yes, this was we didn't expect anything like this, but they gave us a free skein of yarn of our choice. I picked up this one, and this is going to be a turtle, a biddy, most likely. Yes, Heidi, I know. This is a. I saw it.
And this colorway is
the sheath.
And in my head, I don't know which one she chose as my free one, but in my head, my dream yarn is my favorite. Is my free one.
I chose this one after she said it was free because it's the same price as all the others, so it didn't matter. And she got what she would have gotten, and I got more yarn. so this is in case that makes sense. But they were very generous with us, very sweet, free skein of yarn. Okay, what was the next place we went?
Marigold Jen.
Marigold Jen. Okay.
Well, first of all, we ran into Karen Faye and her daughter Kylie while we were there. Because that's where we meet.
We always meet them. And we met them multiple times there.
Yes. That's just where we meet them, is at Marigold Jen. And they were looking at a yarn that caught my attention. This makes me think of Franciscan University colors because it's kind of a green and gold.
And that's her alma mater, in case you don't know.
Yeah. So, and the colorway is Autumn. And it is a superwash sock weight, 464 yards. So very nice.
Okay.
I guess several of yours go together, so I should do a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next one I saw, this one was just perfect, so I had to pick it up. Earl Grey.
I love that. They didn't have it in a base that I wanted it in. That's cool.
You could also call these cabinet card socks if you really wanted to.
Yes.
The colors actually
Earl
make me
Grey
think
hot.
of...
That's what you call it.
The socks almost make me think of the colors that he wore in First Contact.
Yes.
Because it was a dark uniform with... The badge was gold. So it kind of makes me think of that.
You should call it Earl Grey hot.
Yeah. So that'll be a pair of socks. And I'm not sure what it says. I checked the other ones to see what it says, and I still can't figure it out. Gucha? Gala?
Jenny, you need to... maybe she was a doctor in another life.
I have no idea what this says.
Goucha?
Gooch?
I don't know.
So, Jack. Might be Jack.
Yes, it might be Jack because Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, but this might say Jack. What do you guys think?
And Jenny is awesome.
Yes. And it won't focus.
There you go.
I think that might say Jack.
Might say Jack, yeah.
Which makes sense.
Based on the colors, probably Jack.
So I really enjoy these. Now it's your turn.
Okay. This is not pink.
Of course not.
It's purple.
Yes, absolutely no shades of pink in that whatsoever.
I bought these together
She wants to make a shawl.
to make a shawl, I think. So I really like these. And these are all worsted weight. This is called Arabesque. And this one's called Poppy Fields.
Puppies.
And I don't like purple. I'd rather say that this is pink. So there we go. That's just what I wanted to have this time around.
And then I picked up, and I actually had 2 sock yarns picked out. I had to take this because it's 655 yards. So I can make.
I have sidewalk chalk.
You do. And this is not the one you picked, the 2 that I showed.
What?
I showed
Oh, I know.
2 skeins of yarn. I had Karen, Faye, Kylie, and Mom as my board because I couldn't make up my mind.
I had to be different.
And I had this one and another one. And Kylie and Karen chose this one, and Mom chose the other one.
So she didn't go with me.
So I was like, well, 2 versus 1, and I love the brown in this. And there is orange. There wasn't the yellow that I liked in the other one. But majority rule, I went with sidewalk chalk. And it's 655 yards.
That's her long. That's her long skein. Her long skein.
So very nice. Either a pair of socks or shawl or something. I haven't made up my mind
I think
yet.
mine is in sport weight or DK. I have 3 skeins of this.
Yeah.
And then I went back because I realized after all the stuff we've been going through, I have this owl hat I want to make, and everything I picked up either was slated for something else or wasn't.
Plain
enough. It wasn't plain enough. It was too variegated. So I went back and got this, which is Envy, and it's worsted weight, 218 yards, 100% merino wool, super wash. Of course, it may end up in here if I decide to make Laura's shawl. So, do you think we'll go together?
It doesn't have any.
I don't know.
There's no green in that.
I don't know. It'll probably a hat.
So I picked up as an impulse buy a sock blank because I've never tried one before, and this is one of the 2-sided sock blanks. You could start from either end.
I thought you said they're both on one end because it says
Double-stranded sock
so
blank.
they're right here. They're both right here.
Oh,
See?
okay.
Okay.
I thought it was on either side. No, see?
Yeah,
Here.
they're both there. See both of them. Both ends.
Yeah, on either side.
Yeah.
So you can start unraveling from both sides to do just 2 at a time socks.
But not both ends, just both. There's 2.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
2 at a time socks.
So that's cool. And it's a total of 400 yards or a little over 400 yards.
Enough for a pair of socks.
Yes.
And it's just basic geometric
Very pretty.
patterns.
That's going to look really pretty. I'm going to be interested in
I
seeing it.
chose something that was a little different than my normal because I don't know. That was the one that called to me.
Yeah, I like that color best of the ones that you had in there.
So this will be an experiment to see if I like sock blanks. It'll be a little while though.
Yeah.
Trying to roll this up so I can actually fit in the.
Now, we ran into somebody else before we did any more shopping, didn't we?
Yes.
We ran into Laura Smoot and her husband Andy,
Yes.
and that was really fun. She gave us a couple of books.
Hang on, which I'll show in a second. Let me
Yeah.
just stuff this. We were looking for another dyer.
Yeah.
When we ran into her. And Mom was actually literally just saying, oh, if I don't see Laura pretty soon, I should text her. And the next thing I know, she
There
takes
she was.
aside. Because I wasn't looking. I just saw you wander away. Because she does that. She'll be talking and just wander away. She needs like a leash or something.
Well, it was Laura.
And
Andy, I had to stop. And we'll explain why we made such a commotion with that in a second. First of all, she gave us a couple of books.
yes. And they smell awesome.
They smell like old books. So awesome.
And this one actually has the cut pages. And this is Building the British Empire at the End of the First Empire.
This is awesome. Religious art in France in the 13th century. Ooh.
This is 1938.
And this one is... We love old books, in case you didn't know. This one...
1958. This one's 20 years older.
This is just awesome.
It is.
I mean, it's got all kinds of art and
so,
religious art in France.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Laura. And then she gave us something for you. This will probably be for the Toy Along prize. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? This is Into the World, which I've never tried. I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I've never tried them.
Isn't that gorgeous? This is almost Talia's colors, but she can't have them.
There's more pink than I would like.
$4.90. This is 490 yards of fingering weight yarn. So make a nice pair of socks or shawlette or something. And as much as we liked all this, we were really absolutely thrilled with it. All of it.
Yes.
But that was not what made us squeal so much that everybody in the building turned to look. We were in one of those metal barn things, like when you have shows, and you've seen them at fiber festivals, those metal barn type things. We saw this and we squealed so loud that everybody who was in hearing distance turned to see what was wrong, what was going on. Let me see, where is it? Okay, I'm having a little avalanche here. Ready? Yes. They're PHN turtle bunnies.
They're tunnies or birtles or hurdles or honeys.
She MacGyvered these.
Yes.
These are amazing.
And they're so soft.
They're so soft. I think this is going to go my tortoise versus hare bag.
I'm afraid it could hurt.
Isn't he adorable?
It might get hurt.
How isn't that just? We squealed so loud. I swear we did.
I don't know where to put him while he'll be safe.
I have to put him somewhere he can be looking at me. This is so cute. My husband was impressed, and that's saying something because usually he goes, "That's weird," but he thought that was really cool.
So they're really cute.
Isn't that awesome? It's a turtle bunny or a hurdle or whatever it is, but I just love it. Isn't that awesome? And it has PHN on it. Isn't that amazing?
So cute. Nothing else like it.
I just love it. Makes me happy. It just does.
There we go.
I'll put it right there for now. Oops. There we go. Okay. Now, did we go?
Then you went to Jenny's.
Okay, but
Kim's. Kim, sorry, you're right. I kept wanting to call her Jenny.
Okay, now, this was the diary we were looking for. Thank you so much, Laura and Andy.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
Thank you so much.
We went Kim, KR. She used to be KR Dye Works. Now she's Kim Dyes.
Yeah.
Kim Dyes Yarn?
I think so, something like that.
She's on Etsy. And she was the one who did our first PHN colorway for us.
An eon ago.
Yeah, eons and eons ago. I think we had like 100 members. And
it was for our 100 members.
It was for our 100 member giveaway. And we have been trying to meet up with her in forever. She recognized it. I was really happy about that. So we stopped by and I bought 2 yarns from her. This is Dark and Dangerous Brioche DK. And this is 100% superwash merino, 280 yards. Okay, so this is a DK weight, but look at those colors. Is that not?
Those are your colors.
Is that lovely? Okay, she has a really, really lovely color palette. The other one I bought from her is a chunky, and this was going to be a baby hat, but I saw she had this on display in a little baby vest, and I think I'm going to make that instead. I picked up the pattern for that this morning. It's a little cabled vest. And if I do the 0 to 3 months, I can use this one skein. In fact, if I do the 3 to 6, I can do this, but I think I'll probably do up to 3 months because I want to make sure I have enough yarn. And this is really soft. Both of them are really soft. Okay. Did you have any?
I have one last.
Yeah, I do too. Go ahead.
So I just kind of 2 last, the same thing. And the actual physical product. Product is over there, but these are oh, actually, what did I do with the? Almost forgot. No, that'll come up.
That should come up now.
I'm not sure if I should bring it up at all.
Yeah, probably not. Why don't you wait till it happens?
So this is Magma knitting pattern holder, which is awesome. That's what it looks like. Basically, it's for when I read charts. I have a large one and a small one. And the nice thing about it is it has 3 small magnets to hold your pattern and a long one to mark where you're at in the chart.
That's really cool.
And the back is a pocket for the rest of your pattern that's not charted. And it comes with a pen and a little spot to put your pen. And I'm putting my notebook with that I mark off my rows with the pattern in the back pocket. So I really am liking these. And I've immediately started using them. And I'm going to keep the little container thing so I can know to pick up more of these because I like these.
Okay, I have 2 more things to show you.
I actually prefer them to the Knit Picks ones.
This one is, I picked up some dye. This is from, do I have her on here? I may have left her on the other one. Yeah, I left her on the other one. This was the lady who, I think it's Misty something Farm. I'm not
She's
sure.
the one who taught your class.
She's the one who taught my class, she and her mother. And I bought some more Jacquard yarns. Yarns.
Her
Jacquard
mother didn't
dyes.
teach your class, though.
No. I bought golden yellow, silver gray, royal blue, brown, whoops, pink, because I had to have some pink, vermilion,
Oops. Bunny. I'm out
and
of water.
turquoise. I should have
Not
bought
too
fire red, but I didn't. I should have bought fire red. I'm going to have to buy some fire red. I didn't pick it up because I have crimson or something. I have to pick up fire red. So I picked up these for the dyeing. And then the last thing, the same place she picked up her pattern keepers. I just picked up a few things. I picked up this to help me. It's got a magnifying glass to help me see the stitches so I can do my gauge better. I picked up some more of these because I'm always needing more. These are just basically, little odds and ends. Oh, she put a pair of scissors in here. These little itty bitty baby scissors.
Oh.
And then, and this is, I think was this from Shalimar Yarn? No, it was further
No,
along.
this was with the same people who sold this.
And then I had 2 of these stitch counters and some darning needles, I guess they're darning needles, with the curved tip because I have a hard time with the straight ones getting into my toys and stuff. The only other stash enhancement I didn't buy. This came. A lot of you who've been watching us for any length of time know that I've been working. I resigned from my job, not because I didn't like it. I think they're wonderful. It just was time for me to move on. Davina needed me at home. I needed to be at home, so I resigned. And they were very sweet about it. They sent me, they enrolled me in a mass association, saying masses for me. And I think this is, each month, 30 individual masses are offered for all the members. So it's a daily remembrance and the little card and everything. So I was really happy with that. This means a lot to me. So I wanted to share it with you. I'll have to put this up somewhere. It was very sweet of them. They did a lot for me, as much or more than I could have ever done for them. They employed Davina for a while. They were very good about letting me do my own hours, letting me work from home after a while. Their program is excellent. So this was kind of a blessing that was just, I never expected because they did so much for me. Okay.
I think that's it.
I forgot to mention that the toy along is beginning, well, next week.
Next month.
Yeah.
First day of next month.
First day of next month. So I will be putting up the toy along thread closer to the end of the month. And we told you who our co-hosts are. That's Kim, who's Black Horse from the Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn, and Maureen, who is Victorian Studio from Victorian Studio Designs podcast, Victorian Studios podcast.
Yeah.
And we're very glad to have them with us. So just be thinking about what toys you want to make. And if you have toys that you're making for the cardiac along or for the tortoise versus hare, and you don't finish them, just pop them on over into the toy along. That'll be fine.
Got it?
Yeah, except for, let's see here. We already mentioned a lot of people who we met. I was very sad that I missed Emily from Fibertown. I know she was wandering around because we also met up with Andy from Andy Sue Knits.
Yes, and had a great time.
Wonderful talk with Andy. She is amazing. I love her to pieces. We had a long talk, and she said that she said she saw Emily, but I missed her. I always see Emily, and I was very sad to miss her. But we had a wonderful, wonderful talk with Andy.
Yeah, and we spent most of from like 11, no, noonish. No, before noon. It was like 11ish till we left. We spent time with Lacey one.
Yeah, that's my friend from the Holy Family Institute from church and stuff like that. And she's a knitter. She and I are very close. We've known each other for 20 years, I think now. And we did spend a lot of time with her. We had an awesome time goading her into buying things. And she's a sweetheart. And we're going to be getting together in the next few weeks, I hope, again. So we saw RVA Jenny, Lacey won. We saw Katie Bell, who used to be instrumental in putting the thing together, the Fiber Festival.
She's stepping back a bit, just for
she's just
personal reasons.
volunteering now.
Yeah.
But she just volunteering now. Spinning Laura, we saw Anderson Nitz. We saw Karen Faye. Oh, we saw Anderson Nitz's daughter, Rachel.
Yeah.
And Rachel's a sweetheart. She really is. And Kylie. So we saw, if we forgot anybody that we saw, we apologize. It's not on purpose. We did enjoy seeing you and talking to you. It was a really wonderful, wonderful time. It was a lot cooler the second day than it was the first day, we were grateful for that. Here we go. I wanted to review the class I took. Leanna Witt is the daughter. She was the one who was doing the dyeing class on hand-painted yarn. And it's Misty Mountain Farm was the shop. And she did a wonderful job. I think it was her first class on her own, I think. If not, if it was, she did an amazing job. Even if it wasn't, she did an amazing job. She's very personable, and she made everything quite clear. So we did enjoy that. And I mentioned Hope of Glory Farm, who had the wonderful fiber and just very knowledgeable. She and her husband were amazing, and they were very sweet to us. And if you are interested in fiber or even some hand-dyed, hand-spun yarn, head over to Hope of Glory. You might find out something you like. Okay, we want to thank people who left comments on YouTube. Sue Kay, Victorian Studio, Sharon Keller, Sally Wensit, and Jean Claver. And I think Jean is Yarns It.
Okay.
So
Jean Claver, huh?
Yeah, it made me think of
June
Cleaver.
Yeah, same here.
All right. So we're going to be podcasting, as far as we know, on Monday. Next week we will let you know if there are any changes. Ty's schedule is going to be a little wonky in October and early November because a coworker is going to be on maternity leave, but hopefully it won't be anything major.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, we'd like to wish you all a week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever crafting it is you like, and every good thing that makes you happy. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 226, and that's a wrap.